Welcome back. I'm Michelle Bernard, and you've been joining me as I read my book, Lean, Happy, Healthy You, 8 Healthy Habits for Her Happy Life. I have stated before that this book is for women. I've written it specifically for women because of hormones in our bodies and our types. But this information, one of my students, male students, bought 5 books. You know, he came to all of my classes. I actually train a few men. And to be honest with you, when I started working out, I worked out with men all the time. So, but I wrote this specifically for women, but it's for all folks, okay? All folks, even children. We are moving on. This is video number 7. Please watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please watch. And if you've just finished watching 6, you've heard me go on and on about why, because of the F word. This is F. Focus, okay? I want you to focus. I don't want you to dabble. I want you to immerse. I want you to get it all. All right. Because that's how we learn. That's how we really, really stick it. Healthy habits for your heart. We just did the healthy habits for your mind. Habit number 2. Practice love truths. Bond your desire to your body. Your heart is a muscle that not only circulates oxygen through your body, it has the power to energize your life. Your heart isn't assertive like your mind. You know that. Your heart, it whispers what you yearn for without sanding away the scary parts or qualifying you to be worthy to receive your requests. Your heart makes your New Year's resolutions. Your heart makes your birthday wish. When your heart is fulfilled, you experience a lightness, an openness, real joy. Your heart cannot lie. Truth is its nature. If you listen to your heart more often and your mind less often, you'd be able to eclipse mental monsters like procrastination, low self-confidence, and self-loathing. It can be difficult to follow your heart's desire because you can't always hear it over your program. Louder, more forceful beliefs about what's possible rise like firecrackers out from your program. When your heart makes a dream request, a feeling pops into your body, then it softens. That's intuition. Whenever you wish for a goal, the principal mind, the present mind, rushes in to trim your request to fit your reality. Your reality is informed by the beliefs you've stored in your program. Your principal mind, conscious mind, remember you've watched these videos, your principal mind, which is your consciousness, might reason because of this, because of your program. Hold on, sister. You can't earn $200,000 a year. You didn't finish college. What are you going to tell them in the interview when they ask about your level of education? Ease up, cowgirl. You'll never be able to pay a 30-year mortgage at your age. Be happy you have a roof over your head. You live in a nice apartment now, nicer than the one you grew up in. Are you satisfied with that? Calm down. Not everybody is going to meet a man they can marry. You know how hard it is to find a good man these days anyhow. At least you have your girlfriends. How do you expect to raise a child on your own? You need a partner to do that kind of thing. It wouldn't be kind or fair to the kid. Not having 2 parents at home? Be happy you have a dog. That's enough of a responsibility. If your heart's desire is to earn a $200,000 salary, own a 3-bedroom house, be loved by a man who thinks you're amazing, raise a child on your own, run a half marathon by next year, wear a size 6 pant, develop ripped abs, and feel confident wearing a tangerine striped bikini when you're 50, you can do it. Desire it now with all your heart. Heart-centered. What? Your body responds to your most prevalent thoughts and feelings. You learned this in my muscle testing experiment. Both positive vibes, energy, and uplifting messages strengthen your body. They can heal your body too. I'm going to say that again. See, I'm telling you, when you listen to me read, I need you to feel what I'm saying. Don't just listen only, feel it. Both positive vibes or positive energy and uplifting messages strengthen your body. They can heal your body too. Heart-centered emotions strengthen and heal you. Have you ever attended a class, concert, or church session that made you feel inspired or uplifted? Recall the sensation in your body. Was it a feeling of lightness? Increased physical energy? A feeling of mental clarity? An overall sense of freedom? You'd probably describe the experience as timeless, expansive, joyful. In these instances, the heart-centered or heart-dominated energy has circulated through your body. When this happens, your mind is alleviated from its critical judgments, its protective nature. Whenever you feel inspired and joyful, your body produces endorphins, happy hormones that give rise to a sense of euphoria. Endorphins reduce pain and improve your immune response. Serotonin levels rise. Serotonin can reduce your appetite and shut down cravings. You know, when you feel really joyful, you're not that hungry, right? You feel blissful. Dopamine increases, which sharpens your concentration. So you can focus better when you feel blissful. Like when you feel really happy, you're like really present. Now, imagine a time when you felt frustrated, angered, or depressed by a challenge. Imagine an experience that made you want to hide, shrink, or sleep till the feeling passed. During this time, you might pray or bury your head in a pillow and cry to get through the feeling. Let's say that you choose to weep or pray or commune with nature to discharge your negative feelings. Crying, praying, and communing with nature are actually life-giving, heart-centered ways to deal with difficulties. Okay, so it's actually good to do that, but I'm going to talk about other things that aren't so good for your body. Get into the groove. Here's what happens to your brain. When you regularly feel inspired and maintain heartfelt, joyful feelings, those are in your body, the brain's neural connectors carve an inspired groove, a pattern. The brain records a memory of inspiration, that's capitalized. If you feel inspired often, your inspiration groove, the pattern, deepens. If you often seek to feel inspired, your brain becomes addicted to feeling inspired. Unconsciously, you'll search for ways to feel that way again. This explains neuroplasticity, the malleable nature of our brain to form, memorize, and replay thinking and feeling patterns. Okay, so in the second experience of frustration, anger, and defeat, when you're inclined to use prayer, nature, and deep breathing, tears, or another healing modality that discharges the negative emotion and encourages peace, you're also making a heart-centered choice, and I just told you that a second ago. So connection, courage, acceptance, gratitude, forgiveness, love, these are heart-centered energetics. They reduce the stress response and relax your blood pressure. They also wire your brain by carving grooves of connection and acceptance and gratitude and the like. So you actually form a pattern of that in your brain. So if you often choose connection, acceptance, and gratitude to deal with challenges, your brain will form a habit of feeling these emotions whenever you have challenges or pain. So it's a go-to. You will have memorized how to go to that feeling. Your brain memorizes that, and you basically will go there to solve a problem. Once again, these are heart-centered emotions having a positive effect on your body. However, if challenges, difficulties, and pains deploy you to judge, criticize, and complain excessively, and raise feelings of hate, rage, and paralyzing fear and anxiety, you're not making a heart-centered choice. So these are mind-centered reactions. They trigger stress. Mind-centered energetics produce cortisol and adrenaline. Your immunity gets suppressed, so you get sick often. Your muscles tighten, so you get headaches. Digestion and elimination are impaired. You get bloated, can't go to the bathroom. And of course, your heart rate races. You get high blood pressure. Levels of dopamine and serotonin drop. You get depressed. Contributing to the risk of depression. The longer or more often you marinate in thoughts and feelings of sadness, helplessness, or despair, while simultaneously feeling repressed rage, aggression and anxiety, repressed, your body's neural pathways will organize mental grooves that program these negative feelings. So eventually, I didn't write so, but eventually, these negative feeling grooves will deepen. Feeling bad and sick will become something your mind and body seek. Your body wires it into a habitual feeling state, which means your body and mind will keep looking for ways to feel like this. Yucko. How are you wiring your brain? All right, it's important for me to say all of this. And if you read Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, you're going to see some of this written in his works. But even the book list that I gave you in one of the videos, you're going to see what I've explained. You wire these thoughts and feelings. You wire them, and your body defers to them automatically. It's programmed. I want you to put all of that together, and you're going to see how it is going to affect you when you're trying to change your body and get healthy. Your heart. Okay, this section is called woo-woo. Like the last section should have been called woo-woo, right? Your heart is a messenger. It has something important to tell you. The heart forms before the brain in utero. The heart forms before the brain. The heart sends more information up to the brain about how you feel than it receives from the brain. So it's always trying to talk to you. The heart, but it's quiet, remember? The heart-centered energetics are being studied at the HeartMath Institute in Boulder Creek, California. An EKG measures your heart's electrical wave. According to the HeartMath Institute, you have a 360-degree magnetic field that emanates more than 4 feet, they say about 4 to 8 feet, out from your heart. And this field is a bandwidth of energy similar to a radio wave, right? It's like frequency, like rabbit ears. A coherent electromagnetic field of heart-centered energy emits a vibration of love, compassion, acceptance, joy, hope, gratitude, and the like. And you can feel that when you're in the presence of somebody who's feeling really, really happy and they're not withholding it. You get a zap of it. Feelings of rage, grief, depression, and fear create an incoherent field around the body. I like to refer to this magnetic field as your vibration or your vibe. Time for the woo-woo. Your vibe entrains or syncs. It syncs up with the strongest energy or vibe that's around it. In other words, the energy from your heart can match or elevate the energy around you. The energy you emanate can match or elevate the energy around you or depress it. This is called entrainment. Imagine a room with two pianos. When you play middle C on one piano, the other piano automatically vibrates the middle C tone, even though no one has tapped the key. The second piano entrains to the first piano, just vibrates the same note. Since your body entrains to the energy around you, how do you suppose your social environment affects your ability to lose weight? Finding a tribe that shares your vibe is absolutely necessary. And I write about that at the end of the book. It's everything, in fact. One of the things about me as a human being is when I'm around my students back in New York, they are powerhouses. And when I would teach, they would give me life. Like, I'm feeding, but they are feeding. Your environment is feeding you or it's sucking from you. Okay? Your social environment. I want you to keep that in mind. And I want you to find one that feeds you. Like Anna, like Elliot, like my students, like my clients. All right. More on the end on that at the end of this book. For now, be aware that your body entrains to your vibe. Okay. Your vibe. The late Japanese scientist, Dr. Masaru Emoto, conducted an experiment. Oops, I forgot the N. I wrote an experiment. That happens, that observed how intentions change water. He taped feeling words on clear jars of water and froze them. Emoto photographed the crystals the next day. The jars with words like happiness, thank you, and love taped on them had well-formed symmetric crystals that glowed like radiant snowflakes in the photos. The water crystals that were asymmetric, murky, and dull came from the jars with words like you make me sick and hate taped on them. Also, polluted water from a Japanese stream showed the same asymmetric, muddled patterns. He re-photographed the polluted water after a Buddhist monk prayed over it, and the prayed over crystals changed into symmetric, glowing, snow-like crystals. Love and gratitude beautified the water crystals the most. Dr. Emoto's experiment suggests that loving, grateful feelings and intentions can positively alter water molecules. Now, you'll remember that when I was saying strong things and truthful things, I had more strength in the muscle testing, right? Your body is more than 70% water. Will a self-loathing vibe morph your body to match? Can positive talk heal you? I'm sure it can. The love truth practice, which is habit 2, visualizing the body and life you desire, will raise your vibe. Now we're getting to why we need to know all this stuff. Practicing this habit might feel intimidating at first, especially if you have difficulty seeing your body differently from what reality presents, like I did. But I was able to do it in that mirror. However, it is 100% possible for you to hold a vision of something that you've never experienced before. You can hold a vision of yourself doing and being something you've never done or been before. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. declared a dream, a vision, on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. He declared a new way of life for Americans, detailing freedoms that had never been experienced before. King's devotion to his dream sparked emotional coherence throughout the crowd of listeners, present and otherwise. He declared something no one had ever seen or experienced before that. However, his emphasis on love and connection gave his dream the power to mobilize the American spirit. His energy and intention, his vibe, entrained America. When actor Jim Carrey was dirt broke and struggling in Hollywood, he wrote himself a check for $10 million. He post-dated the paycheck for Thanksgiving 1995 and kept it in his wallet for years. He'd sit on a hill near Mulholland Drive in LA holding the crumpled check while imagining himself working gigs that paid $10 million. He'd imagine working with top directors and receiving praises and awards. He'd stay on the hill until his body felt the vision like it was real. He visualized this every time he auditioned or worked on small jobs in Hollywood. He was cast and paid $10 million for the movie Dumb and Dumber in 1995, the exact year he wrote the check for. Jim Carrey was poor when he began in training to his request. He'd never earned large amounts of money before, yet he was able to see and feel and get up and go toward his goal until it became reality. He projected himself into what he loved. He felt grateful for reaching his goal way before it actually happened. This is possibility thinking, entrainment, and heart-centered coherence. You've been listening. You know what possibility thinking is, and entrainment, and heart-centered coherence. You can come from poverty and build a life of abundance and wealth. If you achieved a 2.0 grade point average in high school, you can create a six-figure business by age 30 doing what you love. You can be 70 pounds overweight for 15 years and lose 80 pounds in a year and keep it off. Your past does not matter when you harness your creative mind, visualize what you love, and get up and go towards your meaningful goal. Believe your desire is possible. There's a check-in. And you can do that when you read the book. All right. When I get to the campouts, I actually teach you how to write your love truths. There are three steps that you have to go through to write your love truths, and I take you through those. And I take you through a visualization of your love truth. And I tell you when to practice your love truths, which is upon rising, right before you go to bed, in the shower, and practice visualizing your body vision in the shower. During my workout, listen, when I'm doing my workout in the mirror, because I'm always in the mirror doing my workout because I'm having inner conversation, I have learned since I was very young to just imagine exactly what you want. I mean exactly what you want. Don't let anybody trim it down. You defer to your possibility mind. You imagine exactly what you want. And I do it when I exercise. So exercise for me is not just me pumping iron or jumping on my trampoline. I'm visualizing the entire time. I'm jumping around in the future the entire time. Presently, jumping around in the future. So I offer that to you, that you can multitask during your workout. Let your mind see yourself the way you really want to be, no matter what. Thank you for joining me for this reading. And when we go to the next section, it's the I of habit, which is to initiate a series of behaviors that align with your vision. And this is the last section I'm going to read before I bounce into, when we went through the RIT, and I showed you all the points of the RIT, And I said that in number 6, it's about fueling. And I eat 2 meals a day. I'm 56 years old. And when you get older, I would say after 50, 52, you don't need to eat as much as you did when you were younger. And people that are probably around my age probably aren't as sleepy or hungry as they used to be, probably, especially if you exercise, you're just not. And some of that comes from we're not in the growing stage like that anymore. So it's really important that we maintain our bodies with good nutrients. So I just eat 2 really nutritious meals a day. And then number 7 is a cheat. It's to cheat 1 to 2 times a week. That's the 7th habit. And I don't skip that. I cheat twice a week. And I'm going to read to you about why you should cheat, you should follow it. And the section is called the crazings, because it makes you crazy if you restrict yourself too much. So it's called the crazings, not the cravings. So I'm going to read that, and then I'm going to read the very end part of the book. And the very end part of the book is things we have to navigate once we make it. Like once we lose weight, get where we want to go, and then you go, oh no, not this again. Something changes. Your schedule changes, your life changes. You start coasting, you think like, I made it, and then you start gaining weight again. So I'm going to talk about what you can do when that happens, because we've got to be able to navigate this road. Like I said, from listening from beginning to end, stay focused and hear it all. And then we have to be able to navigate this road when there's a detour. So I will see you for the very next video. I cannot wait. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited that you're listening, and I'm so excited for your results. And I have to say this, that I'm really excited for the process that you're going to have, because you're going to learn so much about yourself. And what you learn about yourself is going to make you love yourself more, because you're going to learn the truth about yourself. And you're going to learn how to forgive yourself for certain things, and you're going to learn how to love yourself for a lot of stuff. And that's what I'm most excited for you. See you soon. I'm Michelle Bernard.